palettes. Ay, Dios mío. I don't know why I panic in Spanish. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video because I'm going to be trying a Natasha Denona for the first time. So if you're interested in seeing what I think of the brand and if I think it's worth your money, just keep watching. So I do have 3 different products I'm going to be trying out today. The first one is this little mini eyeshadow palette. This is the Peak palette, and I got this in a BoxyCharm a couple months ago, and I was actually really excited to get this. This is a really cute little palette. It's swatched beautifully, but I haven't used it yet, so I think if you're looking to get into Natasha Denona eyeshadows, this is a really good way to try them out before dishing out the money on the big palettes, because they are pricey. So yeah, I'm interested in trying this out. The other products I have, I did get from a Boxy pop-up. This is the Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush palette. Now this has been on sale at Sephora for a while, and I think I heard Allie Glines raving about this. She said if it's still available, pick it up because it's really good. And I believe this retails for $89. I got it for $18 on the Boxy pop-up. So this is a great deal. We'll see if it's worth it. And the last products I have to try out is the Natasha Denona All Over Glow Powder. This I believe retails for $38 and I got it for like $9 I think. So we're gonna see. I have my base makeup already done. So I'm gonna go ahead and try those first, and then I'll do the eye look and see what I think of the products that I have. So starting with the face palette, right off the bat, the box on this is really, really pretty. I don't know if you can tell, the lettering on here is holographic, so that's a really nice touch. And the palette itself is beautiful. The letters on here are holographic as well. And inside there's a really big mirror and 6 really pretty shades. Now I have this in the shade Drea. I believe it does come in a few other colorways for different skin tones. But there are 3 blushier shades on my skin tone and 3 highlighters. I believe these 2 are creams, and it does come with the little plastic cover to protect the creams from the powders, which is also a nice touch. So these are really pretty. I'm really excited about this sparkly one in the corner. I don't have a problem with sparkly highlighters. I know some people hate them because they want the really shiny stuff on the side of your face to look natural. And the next product I have is the All Over Glow, and this is just an individual highlighter. This is also really pretty. It does have the really reflective, oh, hi. It does have the really reflective packaging, which gets dirty really, really quick, but it is pretty. Inside there is also a mirror. And this is just an individual highlighter. I got this one in the shade Light. It's kind of like a nice champagne-y kind of color. So I don't know which highlighter I'm going to use. I'm excited. Let's see. I think I'm going to go in with the cream blush just for the sake of trying it. I don't really wear blush a whole ton, so this will be interesting. I have a wet sponge here. I think that's going to be the best way to apply this. So I'm just gonna pick some of this up, I guess. Okay, that is showing up already, and I picked up a very small amount on the back of the sponge. This is nice. It's not like a scary kind of pigmented, which is nice if you don't do a lot of blush like I don't, and you just want a little bit of a flush. I'm a little scared of blush. I think you can go from 0 to clown very quickly. That's nice. I could actually see myself using this, even though I'm not huge on wearing blush. I think I'm actually going to take the back end of the sponge, since I'm doing the creams, and go into the cream highlighter here in the top corner. And I'm just going to use the butt end of the sponge. I can't even tell if this is picking up. And I'm just gonna put that kind of like a base for the powder highlight. Okay, it is showing up. This would be nice for like a no makeup kind of look, where you did want more of a natural effect. This is just a nice soft glow. This is pretty. I'm not really into soft glow. I'm more of like a see me from space kind of glow. So I kind of want to swatch some of these other shades just for the sake of deciding. Ooh, that's pretty. This one I believe is labeled as a duochrome. Almost like a lavender-y kind of pink with a nice gold shift. Oh, this sparkly shade in the bottom. I don't know. I don't know which one to use. Let me swatch the other highlighter. So the individual highlighter actually looks a lot like the one in the palette. So I probably didn't need both of those, but who doesn't need more highlighters? So I think I'm gonna go in with this soft pink blush over the, okay, that picked up a lot. So I'm gonna go in on top of the cream just for the sake of trying out more colors. That's nice, and it does have a sheen to it. It's not like a metallic, but you could definitely probably use this as a highlighter if you had a medium to deep skin tone. But it's kind of like a really nice glowy blush. I like that. I could see myself using this even though I am kind of scared of blush. Now to pick a highlight. I think I'm first gonna go in with this shade here, and then I'm going to top it with the diamond powder because I can't not put that on my face. Now I do use a pretty dense brush for highlighters. Okay, that's nice. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more subtle than that. I do also have that cream highlighter underneath, so that could definitely be contributing to how intense it looks. And now I want to go in with the diamond powder, this really sparkly shade, because I can't help myself. Oh, that is straight glitter. And just top. That is beautiful. If you don't like a glittery highlight, this is not for you, 1000%. But if you do, that is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my God. I like this a lot. This is so pretty. I would pay $18 just for this shade. If they sold this as a single, I would buy just this one just to have it. That's gorgeous. This is really pretty. I'm really happy I have this. So this is the eyeshadow palette swatched out. There is one shade up here that's pretty much the exact color of my skin tone, so you can't really see it. But first impressions, the mattes feel really, really smooth and buttery. The shimmer is nice and pigmented. My personal preference, I would get rid of this shade up here and trade it out for another shimmer. I do prefer shimmers to mattes. I would have been good with 2 of these mattes and then another shimmer, maybe like a copper color or a really light sparkly inner corner highlight, but that's just personal preference. In terms of quality, everything feels really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and do an eye look. So I'm gonna start out with this matte color right here. These are very pigmented, so okay, that is way more pigmented than I was expecting just by looking at it in the pan. So I'm gonna blend this out a lot. So I'm gonna say these shades probably aren't for beginners. If you're not used to working with a pigmented eyeshadow, this could be a little bit of a learning curve for you. If you don't know how to blend the color out just yet. I mean, it blended out really nicely though. I mean, if you are paying this much for an eyeshadow, I believe her palettes range from like $65 for the midi palettes to $200 and something for the really big palettes. I don't think I would ever pay that much for an eyeshadow palette, just me personally. I have been drooling over the gold palette for so long and I just can't get myself to spend that kind of money. So now I'm just gonna take this like kind of burnt orange matte shade and place it on the outer corner. It's always better to work little by little and build something up than going too much right off the bat and then not be able to blend it out. So I am just making very small motions with the brush, and I'm gonna bring it a little bit down to the lower lash line as well, and just kind of ever so slightly flick it out and up. I think Natasha Denona is one of those brands that a lot of people start off thinking like, I would never pay this for eyeshadow. But then I see a lot of people just falling in love with the formula and saying that it's worth the price. So I was really interested to try this out. I was really happy when I saw this in my BoxyCharm. One of the better items we've ever gotten in a BoxyCharm, because I've always been curious about the formula and seeing if it was really worth the steep price tag. I mean, I definitely don't need the gold palette, even though I really, really want it, because the last thing I need is more gold eyeshadow. That's for sure. So now I'm gonna go in with the shimmer in the palette. It's kind of this pale gold color. It picks up very nicely. It looks very metallic. And I'm just gonna put this all over the lid. That's pretty. And I'm using my finger for this. I usually 9 times out of 10 use my finger for shimmer shades. And I'm gonna take that same shimmer and go in on the lower lash line. I'm a huge fan of using my finger for shimmer shades. I think it's just so easy to throw a matte or two in your crease and then just put a shimmer on your lid with your finger. I'm sure a brush works just fine. For eyeshadows this expensive, a brush better work just fine. So now I'm gonna take the brown shade in the palette on a little liner brush, and I'm gonna put this very close to the lash line. As kind of like a shadow liner. I just dug that into the highlighter. Good job. And I'm just gonna smoke it out a little bit. Just like a little tiny wing, nothing too crazy. Just to give it the feel of a winged liner without the harshness of it. And I'm not bringing the brown all the way into the inner corner. I'm just kind of starting in the middle so that I don't close that eye off too much. Are they even? Probably not. Are they good enough? Yeah. So since there's no inner corner shade, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and take this highlighter that I didn't try, and on a little pencil brush, I'm going to use this as my inner corner highlight. That's pretty. It's a very soft gold color. So that's it for the eye look. I'm gonna go ahead and do some liner and mascara and come back for my final thoughts. So as for my final thoughts on the products I tried today, the eyeshadow palette, I believe the minis retail for $25. That's still pretty pricey for 5 shades. It was really nice. The pigment is definitely there. It blended really well. The colors are really, really smooth. The shimmer is pretty, very metallic, but would I personally spend $25 on this particular palette? Probably not. My personal preference is definitely more shimmers to mattes, so I think I could justify this if it had maybe 3 shimmers and 2 mattes. Then I think I could pay $25. Like, I believe the Mini Love palette is 3 shimmers and 2 mattes. That I think I would pay $25 for. This one, it's nice. It's a very nice everyday, take it with you if you're traveling. If you do your makeup in your car on your way to work or whatever, this is really nice. You have everything you need. I don't have an inner corner highlight shade, but I'm pretty sure you can use this one. I don't really put mattes in my inner corner, but I would justify the $25 if it had more shimmers. But is it still a nice palette to have? Yeah, will I use this? Definitely. I like the eye look. It's definitely something you can deepen up if you wanted to use the brown shade or not use the deeper orange shade and make it just really light and subtle look. I like this. It has a decent amount of versatility for only having 5 shades, but I could go for some more shimmers. That's just my personal preference. Now, the face palette, first of all, packaging, 10 out of 10. Beautiful. I love the holographic look. I can probably keep this on display. That's how pretty this is. Would I pay $89 for this? No, I'm sorry. I couldn't justify $89, probably just because I don't really wear blush. If you are a diehard blush fan, you might love this. You might think it's worth the money. I paid $18 for this. For $18, absolutely. I would pay $18 just for this highlight up here in the corner. No doubt about it. If this came as a single, I don't need the rest of this palette. I just want this shade up here. For $89, can I justify that price? Again, probably not. But if you have BoxyCharm and you see this in the Boxy pop-up and you have been considering getting it, go for it. $18, this is amazing. $89, probably not, but it is beautiful. The quality is there. I'm just not a huge blush fan, so I wouldn't pay the $89 for this, but I'm happy I have it. I do really love that highlighter shade. As for the individual highlighter, packaging again is beautiful. Do I think it's worth $38? I don't think so. I don't think it's that incredible to justify spending $38. I didn't use it on my face, but I did swatch it and I did use it in my inner corners. It's pretty. Am I gonna use it? Yeah, I'll absolutely use it. Would I go out and buy another shade for full price? No. If you can get it at the Boxy pop-up or you see it on sale, it's a pretty highlighter. So everything I tried was really nice. I'm happy I have the products that I bought, but will I be going out and buying anything full price? Probably not. I might consider one of the bigger eyeshadow palettes just because there's plenty of shimmers and that is my preference. So that was it for my first impressions of Natasha Denona. If you enjoyed this video, I would encourage you to like and subscribe and consider coming back for some more content. Bye.